Kris, just confirming that Stuart Skinner is starting tonight.
Stewart is our starting goalie, yes.
What is the biggest challenge of taking on the Kraken here tonight and pursuing, what you guys are hoping to do in terms of victories without 97 points?
Just finding our game, playing a more simplified game. Obviously, when you don't have 97-29, things change quite a bit, and we're going to need a little more collective effort through the lineup, lines through 1 through 4. But a lot of guys stepping up, playing a lot more significant role, a lot more minutes. Guys like Rico, Skinner, obviously two of them. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins line with Podkolzin and Arvidsson have been playing so well. Their role and deployments can be a lot more frequent than if we had those other guys in lineup.
Could this also spark a little bit more internal competition because now you have guys coming into the lineup competing for roster spots come opening postseason night?
I don't know about the competition, but I think one thing, it just gets everybody involved. The more somebody plays, they feel like they're part of the game. So, some of these guys who are getting, maybe 15 or 17 shifts a game, now we're looking at 20 to 23, and it just makes their involvement a lot more. They're engaged. It's much easier as a player to play the game, and so right now they're in a much better position to contribute just because of their deployment.
How do you size up kind of the power play shifting or planning when it's one thing to have just one out, but to have both of them?
Yeah, things will change up quite a bit. We have a lot of guys who are power play guys, like Arvidsson, Skinner. They have been on first unit power plays quite a bit in their past career for many years, and with us, they haven't had that role or that opportunity. Maybe a few games, but right now they're leading the way, and it's something that we feel comfortable with, and obviously they should be too because they've been doing it for a while.
Use Perry on the slingshot play?
Maybe as a decoy.
Confirming Emerson's out again tonight, if you're willing to say.
Yes, that is it.
Just maybe a thought on, he played a lot of games for you this year. He's still a developing young player. What the message sort of is to him as he tries to work his way back in, and maybe what you need more of so that he stays?
I'm not necessarily there's more. I think he went through a stretch. Maybe he wasn't playing his best, but the few games leading up to when he came out of lineup, he actually played really well, but so did everyone else. And then when you had Ekholm, somebody had to come out, and it's just pretty much a numbers game. And then sometimes it's not fair because he could definitely be in the lineup. And there's other times where you might want to take out a guy, but you're such in need because of the injuries or other guys are playing so poorly that you just continue to play. And we've got 3 games next week, and I'm sure that he'll be in 1, if not 2, and possibly even 3 of them by next week. So definitely something that we want him back in the lineup. He's a great player. Right now we just feel that our other 6 have been playing really well. It's tough to take any of those out.
Yeah, Stetcher obviously has been playing good too here. But I guess I just wonder, you treat different players differently in terms of where they're at in their development. So Emerson still doesn't have a ton of experience. That maybe the learning process or the leash is a little bit different for a guy like that versus someone who's got a couple hundred games, and how you factor that in.
Yeah, right now it's about as much as we like to think about development and giving guys more opportunities, but right now we're in a position of win hockey games. That's what it is, and not that he can't help us win hockey games. I think we're just going with the guys that are playing their best right now, and it's tough to make those changes.
Is there any sort of positive that you'd be able to draw out of this situation, having McDavid and Draisaitl out of the lineup, and the impact it might have on the guys?
Just more opportunities. Well, one, just those guys will be back for the playoffs, and maybe a little break, especially, Connor didn't get a Four Nations break. He played through that. Maybe this is good for him to have some downtime. But I think for our team, just to dig in and know that we can win hockey games without these guys. Yeah, it's going to be a lot more difficult. We're going to need a lot more contributions from other guys who don't usually play a significant role. But, if we can do that, missing 2 of the best hockey players, I think it's good for our team morale.